say yo 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 yo.
Jess Hilarious.
Good morning.
Charlamagne the girl.
Peace to the planet. It's Monday. Good morning. How y'all feel out there? I feel blessed, black, and highly favored. Happy to be here. Another day to serve our beautiful listeners. Good morning.
What's up, guys? How was your weekend? How was your weekend, Jess?
It was good. Indianapolis is definitely dope. Definitely is dope as hell. Me, D-Ray, Earthquake, Tony Roberts also was funny as hell. We had a show, and then Amber, damn, I forgot the comedian's last name, but she's from Indianapolis. She's funny as hell as well. We all had a show. It was dope. It was real dope. Rotimi came through. It was a lot going on in Indy this weekend. So Naptown was making a lot of money this weekend, but it was really dope. Shout out to the promoter, DJ Gino. It's his 40th anniversary.
Oh,
and
dope.
This is something that he does every year. The first show started at 7:30. Second show started at 11. I was sleepy as hell.
You was tired as hell?
Yes, all the comedians were, but especially Earthquake. And Earthquake the type will go out there and say it. So like, I don't know how y'all up. Like, I'm sleepy as hell right now. But it was still fun. It was lit. Everybody came out, and it was a nice time.
Dope. It wasn't Amber Ruffin, was it?
Amber, no, I don't think her last name was Ruffin.
Okay.
Amber something, I'm not sure, but she's really, really funny.
That was your first time in that town?
No, that was my first time in 5 years, but it's my second time.
Second time.
Yes, I did Morty's Comedy Club last time, but this was at the Closed Memorial Theater. And it was dope. Nice venue. It was cool.
Salute to Naptown.
Yeah, absolutely.
What up, Charlotte? How was your weekend, man?
My weekend was fantastic because I did my favorite thing to do, which is absolutely nothing. The only thing I want to tell y'all is that the NFL has to do something about these Sunday night games that start at 8:30.
Oh, I fell asleep.
Because when these games come on TV at 8:30, between the commercials and everything else, we're there till like 12:30. Okay.
Yeah, well, I fell asleep about 9:30, 10 o'clock. I was knocked out.
I was basically in bed all day yesterday. I'm between the couch and the bed, so I'm watching the game in the bed, and I'm just sitting there like. Told my wife, I said, this game's going into overtime because the Cowboys defense can't stop a goddamn thing. Okay? And yes, that's exactly what happened.
Well, we'll break
almost
the
thought I had to come in today, but then I was like, you know what? It's not a good enough reason to do the show from home just because the game was on late. So I was like, let me be responsible and wake up and come to work. But the Cowboys have that kind of effect on you. It's a very emotionally draining thing. And then the game stays on so late? No.
But you guys tied. You guys didn't even win. Who ties anymore?
People tie all the time. There's probably a tie every year. More than at least every year for the past decade that I can remember, there's been at least one tie in the league.
Jesus.
My Ravens sucked last night too. I'm so pissed off.
My Giants.
I ain't ever win this bad. What?
Yeah, my Giants won.
Oh, y'all did? Great. I ain't paying attention to your boys, but okay.
Nobody does right now, but it's okay.
Well, congratulations that they won.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's not normal, so that's great.
Hey, watch your mouth. All right, well, let's get the show cracking. Michael Blackson will be joining us this week, today. I was going to say this weekend. Today, he's going to be at the New York Comedy Festival, November 7th through the 16th at the Beacon Theater. So we're going to be chopping it up with Michael Blackson. And then the cast of Ruth and Boaz will be joining us.
Hey.
DeVon Franklin, Serayah, and Tyler Lepley. So
really dope movie. I watched it over the weekend. It's actually really good.
I didn't get a chance to check it out yet. I'm going to see it this week. Yep.
It's top 10 in Netflix.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number one, actually.
Oh, okay. I know it was in the top 10,
really?
but yeah, it is really good.
So we'll kick it with the cast, all right? All right, when we come back, we got front page news, a lot to break down. A lot went on during the last couple of days, so Mimi will break that down. So don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Start off with sports. The Giants beat the Chargers 21-18. Eagles beat the Buccaneers 31-25. Bills beat the Saints. Jaguars beat the 49ers. The Bears beat the Raiders. The Cowboys and Packers tied. Chiefs beat the Ravens 37-20. Rams beat the Colts 27-20. The Lions beat the Browns 34-10. Patriots beat the Panthers. Texans beat the Titans, and the Falcons beat the Commanders. All right, tonight in Monday Night Football, the Jets take on the Dolphins at 7:15, and the Bengals play the Broncos at 8:15.
Look at Mimi Brown looking like she about to headline the forum tonight. Don't she glad she got a show?
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Mimi.
What's up, Mimi?
Good morning. All right, y'all. So there's a lot to get through today. MB, you are right. So much happening over the weekend. And sadly, we start this morning with news of another mass shooting, this one at a church in Michigan. Police say at least 4 people were killed and 8 others hurt after a gunman drove his truck into the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Grand Blanc Township. That's just right outside of Flint, Michigan. Yes. Authorities say the gunman opened fire on hundreds gathered for Sunday service, then poured gasoline inside and started a fire. Now, that chapel is now a total loss, and investigators believe there are still more victims inside that burned out building. Now, police have identified the suspect as 40-year-old Thomas Jacob Sanford, a Marine vet. He was shot and killed by officers just minutes after the attack. The ATF says explosive devices were also found at the scene. Witnesses describing chaos, but also bravery as church members were shielding children and others were trying to rescue the elderly. Let's listen.
So we were driving away. We were trying to gather as many people as we could. There was a couple of elderly ladies that we were trying to get into safety, so we got them into our car. I saw the active shooter come out of the building, and at that point I just started trying to drive away. He pointed his gun at our car and fired 3 shots. 2 of them went through our windshield and just missed me, and luckily everybody else. I think this is just glass shrapnel that got me. And then we got out, and then now we're just trying to kind of find out why and how and what happened.
You know, when I was young, my daddy used to say jokingly that some people so crazy that they will shoot in church. And now in my big age of 47, that seems like it's the norm. Like people always letting off in the church.
It's crazy.
Very sad.
It's crazy.
Very, very, very sad. So the FBI is calling it an act of targeted violence. There's still no motive. They're still trying to investigate why this happened. And this comes less than 24 hours after news of another mass shooting, also by a Marine vet who opened fire at a bar in North Carolina, killing 3 and injuring 8 more. So 2 mass shootings over the weekend.
Miz was cold and calculated, but man, you know, you said he was a veteran, right?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they don't be giving these veterans the psychological help they need when they come home from these deployments a lot of times.
Yeah, not only that, but it's going to get to a point where all synagogues, all churches, all schools are going to need a security guard, like an armed security at the door to make sure that you're going to have metal detectors that go in churches as well, but you're going to need some type of security in all these places to make sure that you're safe when you're praying and you're worshiping and you're going to school, which is crazy.
Although they don't have, the help that they need, it's like, why do that to a church? Why go and do that? I mean, you have sense enough to know, like, what you're doing, So, I don't know. I think it's sad on both ends.
But. Yeah, but it's definitely a lack of mental health services for these veterans. Because if it's not this, it's high suicide rates amongst veterans. Like, I really don't think they take care of these veterans psychologically when they come home. Like, where do they go?
Very sad.
There's nowhere to go. All right, and from Michigan to Oregon, where protests are once again in the spotlight. On Sunday, President Trump ordering 200 members of the Oregon National Guard into federal service for a 60-day deployment, saying Portland was, quote, war ravaged and that federal facilities were, quote, under siege. Now, by Sunday afternoon, protesters filled the streets of near Portland's ice building. The demonstrations were noisy, but mostly peaceful. Now, federal agents with long guns were seen on the rooftops, while Oregon's governor and state leaders quickly filed a lawsuit to block that deployment, calling it unlawful and insisting that Portland is not a war zone. And there's a similar situation playing out this morning in Memphis. Starting today, federal agents and National Guard units are being deployed there as part of the administration's broader crime crackdown. Tennessee Governor Bill Lee says 13 federal agencies will be involved, including the FBI, the DEA, the ATF, along with 300 state troopers. Now, the Guard will only serve in roles. They will not have guns unless the police request it. Governor Lee called it a generational opportunity, while Memphis Mayor Paul Young, he acknowledged that residents are concerned on both sides. Loren was actually in Memphis over the weekend, and she spoke to the mayor about how the city is preparing. Let's listen to that.
Well, we are preparing. I've been trying to articulate to people that we're different than Chicago and LA because our governor has said yes and the president said yes. So as mayor, I don't have a say in whether they come or not. So what we're doing now is working to align how they come, where they're going to show up, what their assignments are going to be. So we're putting together a whole strategy of how we engage. And we've been having positive dialogues with the National Guard, major generals, and all of those folks. My goal is to try to keep them focused on violent crime, not petty crimes and things of that nature.
Yeah, who's deciding that these people need the military, Mimi? Like, what's going on in Portland and Memphis that they need the military? Even when I was seeing people at the CBC last week in D.C., they was showing, videos of, like, the military just sitting in front of downtown restaurants in D.C. Doing nothing.
Yeah, doing nothing. And in Portland, there's video of them riding their bike and jump roping and just literally sitting on the grass reading a book. And meanwhile, Trump is sending the National Guard. So, I think everybody, even the mayors of the cities, are really trying to understand what is behind this. And this is specifically in Memphis. If you want more information, they have launched a website that has a question and answer section that I really think will help you if you're in Memphis or you have a loved one in Memphis. And really quick, that website is memphistn.safe and clean. So again, memphistn.gov/safe and clean. And if you want to hear the full interview, it will be on Lauren's podcast today. You can check that out with Mayor Paul Young.
All right.
Some interesting stuff there. So coming up at 7, though, the world's busiest airport just left $37 million on the table. And we'll tell you why and what's behind that decision.
All right. And everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Let us know how your weekend was. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Wake up, wake up. Wake your ass.
This is your time to get it off your chest. Whether you're mad or blessed, we want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hi, my name's Bobby.
Hey, Bobby. Good morning.
Hey, Bobby.
Hi, I've called him. I want to say hi to Jess. I love you, Jess.
Good morning. Love you too.
I want to say hi to Lauren. Is Lauren there?
She's in the back.
Oh, okay. And hi, DJ Envy, and hi, Charlamagne. I love you all.
Good
Thank
morning.
you.
Listening to your show just about every day. But I did want to say, DJ Envy, you've hung up on me a couple of times.
That tracks. That sounds exactly right.
Yes. And Charlamagne, I was calling because I had been wanting to get through to say something to you about your visit on Laura Trump's show, and how on there, she told you that The View had like all these left-leaning guests and they didn't have any right-leaning guests.
Yep.
And then he came back the next day on the Breakfast Club and repeated that and how wrong that was and stuff. And I just want to say, that was a total lie, and I can't believe that you listened to Laura Trump on that. And, I was just about to Google, right-leaning guests on The View, because I can only remember one off the top of my head, but I'm sure there were more. And I know that Chris Christie was on there, and I do know that they have had right-leaning guests on there. And I believe that they have invited others who refuse to come on their show. So I don't think that's all their fault.
Well, she was talking about the first 7 months of 2025. And based off all of the research and, studies I've seen, yes, The View in the first 7 months of 2025 had 102 left-leaning guests and 0 conservatives. And that was according to the Media Research Center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not in the not in the history of The View, but in the first 7 months of 2025.
Oh, I thought it was just talking about since Trump or
No.
Like
she was talking about the first 7 months of 2025. They had 102 left-leaning guests with 0 conservatives. And that's according to the Media Research Center. And yes, I do think that's ridiculous. You know what I mean? I think that's ridiculous.
But was that because they didn't invite any of them?
Oh, I don't know. That's a great question. I really don't know.
Yeah. I did also want to mention one more thing.
What's up, Bobby?
From Pittsburgh.
You said who?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I wanted to mention one more thing before I go. I'm from Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And there's a local group out here, but they're on YouTube and everywhere. They are called One Hood Media, and they do a lot of stuff, but one thing that they do that I enjoy a lot is called This Week in White Supremacy.
Damn!
And they break down a lot of stuff that the Trump administration is doing and how it's going to affect people. And they call themselves the Truth Tellers. And I really love it. If you guys would check them out,
Okay.
And see if there's anything that you guys can do to, like, I don't know, just check them out and see what you think.
I think we will do that,
Thank
Bobby.
you so much,
You said One Hood Media? Oh, I'm looking at it right now. Yes, One Hood Media Academy. I'm looking at their website, onehood.org.
All right.
Yes.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's the Breakfast Club.
And she didn't hang up. Envy hung up on her.
I definitely did hung up on her.
You did.
For 4
And she
minutes.
called and complained that you hung up on her before.
But I didn't hang up on her.
You did. You definitely hung up on her. I watched you. I'm sitting right here.
He said he watched me.
I'm sitting right here. I saw you. I watch your little beige hand. I watch your little beige hand sneak right over there and drop the call. Or sometimes you give Red a little wink and he drops the call. Either way, y'all Latinos are in cahoots. Okay?
Hello, who's this?
What's going on? This is Jimmy from the BX.
Jimmy from the BX. What's
Jimmy
up?
from the Bronx.
Get it off your chest, Jimmy.
Yes. I want to get on my check. I know it's early, but I want to get a dog here today to Eric Adams, the New York City mayor. Mr. Flip Flopper will be going on podcasts and think he's going to be doing things, and he does the opposite.
Eric is something else. And he literally went on flagrant. What did he say when he went on flagrant? That he promised he was going to run as a Democrat.
Yep.
And then like a day.
And now he's running as a independent. Like, yo, my man be flip-flopping. And you know what's the sad part about it? I voted for this man.
He came on Breakfast Club Thursday and said he is not dropping out of the race.
He was not dropping out.
Needs
And
his money.
Saturday, you see the breaking news.
3 days later,
I was like, oh.
he's up out of here.
Yeah, he's up out of here. He folded like a cheap suit.
Damn.
A cheap suit?
A cheap suit, yeah. He folded up, baby, you know.
Okay, got you.
All right, well, thank you, Jimmy.
All right, gentlemen, have a good day. Be blessed.
All right, man.
Ask a question. Why do people say that? Like expensive suits can't fold or something? Like, what does that mean when people say that?
I don't know. Hello, who's this?
Yeah, because they fold cheap. So you hang.
Hey, this is Vern.
What's up, Vern? Get off your chest.
Hey, I spoke with you guys last week, man. Hey, good to hear from y'all this morning, man. DJ Envy, Charlamagne, Loren LoRosa, and Jess.
What up, Vern?
Hey, so last week you invited me out to the mental health awareness.
Mental Wellness Expo.
I will be there. Yes. October the 11th.
Yes, sir.
I will be there. Hey, with my friends and all, man. You know, promote the new youth.
Hey, it's a free event. So Saturday, October 11th, we'll be at the Joel and Diane Bloom Wellness and Event Center in Newark, New Jersey from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's free and open to all ages. So, you know, you can go to mentalwealthexpo.com and register you and all your friends.
See you there, Vern.
All right, yes, sir.
All
right, brother.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Now we got the latest with Loren coming up. What are we talking about?
We are talking Super Bowl because we now know who headlined the 2026 halftime show at the Super Bowl. We're going to get into the conversation.
Oh, you ain't going to be able to tell Puerto Ricans nothing.
You giving it away.
God damn.
We'll get into it next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Hey, man, you ever had sashimi?
Sashimi.
Yeah, you ever had sashimi?
Sashimi.
You ever had that?
Sashimi, not sashimi.
What's it called?
Sashimi.
Yes. You ever had that?
Yes.
The raw fish?
Yes, absolutely.
Man,
It's
I had
amazing.
that for the first time
Really
Friday.
For the first time?
First time ever, man.
Oh, man.
I want to salute a restaurant called Twin Tails in New York City. Salute to my good sister DJ Cuppy. We went to dinner Friday night and sashimi.
Sashimi.
Sashimi, yep.
I never had it before.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, very good.
Raw fish.
Yes. You don't eat sushi?
I do eat sushi, but I ain't never seen a raw fish. Like it comes, it's like they bring the actual fish with the
It's a little
head.
different.
Yeah. It's not like sushi.
No, but it's raw like sushi.
I don't want to talk to you. I don't know. For some reason, that just sounded nasty when you said it. I don't know. Never mind. Go ahead.
Raw.
It's time for the latest with
Let's
Loren.
get to the latest
I just don't
with
like how you said that.
Lauren becoming a street fast.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on you.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On The Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
So the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show performer has been announced. Drum roll, please. It's Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny, yes. Bad Bunny will be headlining the Super Bowl halftime show on in February 8th, 2026, which will be airing on NBC. It'll go down in Santa Clara, California.
He gonna
Dropping
kill
the
it.
clues bombs for Bad Bunny.
Yes.
He's gonna kill it.
Yes.
This is dope, especially being that he said he wouldn't do no shows in America because he didn't want ICE to target his concerts.
Yes,
So.
and I'm actually really looking forward to the performance because when I was in Puerto Rico, his residency was happening there. Everybody there was talking about how amazing his stage performance was.
Yeah, they
I
always
didn't
say
get
he
a
puts
chance
on
to
a
go
show.
see
They
it.
say he
It was
puts on a
so
show.
sold out, and what they had available, the tickets was like $1,500 and upward price wise because it ran up because so many people were excited. to see
Pesos
it.
or dollars?
American dollars, but I don't know how that converts. Yes. Stupid. Now, Red, I'm gonna need some help. We put together a little playlist. Why you ask
me?
Because you Dominican and Red is Puerto Rican.
You like fake whatever it is. Yeah. Now, we put together like a little playlist of like what the songs could potentially be, because Bad Bunny got a lot of hits that he could run down. So we put together a little mix.
Who is we?
Me, Red, Vicky, the
wasn't me. I'm not Spanish.
Okay, Red is Puerto Rican.
Yes.
Vicky is Dominican.
Yeah. Is she Dominican or Puerto Rican?
Oh, Puerto Rican. Dominican.
Okay, well, I trust them. I don't know about Envy. Envy be showing up to parades and be getting awards, and I don't even understand why you're there. So let's take a listen to some of Bad Bunny's songs. Red, you got to cue them in because I can't even pronounce them.
Here's one audio.
Same song. Say Wepa.
Y'all know this one. Y'all know this one.
No, I don't.
You don't? You know this one. They play this on the radio all day.
This one with Drake.
Yes.
I don't listen to Bad Bunny, but I respect him.
It's going to be a good show.
That's fair. Yeah, it's going to be a good show. Well, rumored before the Bad Bunny announcement to do the Super Bowl halftime show were Taylor Swift and Adele.
Thank God we ain't getting either one of those. Lord, dropping the clues bombs for God, not giving us any of that casserole. We getting mofongo. I don't want none of those casseroles. You hear me?
Although I love Adele, I don't see a Super Bowl halftime.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift would have killed it, though. Taylor would have killed it.
I like Adele, too. I don't want to set fire to no rain during no Super Bowl halftime performance. Okay.
And the Taylor Swift rumor, Roger Goodell was actually on, and he was talking about Taylor Swift and the possibility of her doing the Super Bowl halftime show. So that like kind of revved up the anticipation, thinking that something would go down. But there were reports that there was like a contract situation with her. But I think Bad Bunny is a better choice over her. No
Bad Bunny's the perfect choice.
No shade.
I'm sure Roger Goodell whispered to Rock Nation, like, is this the year we can get Taylor? Maybe she's got an album coming out. And it was like, no, man. Empanadas for everybody.
Right? Empanadas for everybody.
Yes. And Bad Bunny, per the NFL, released a quote on the announcement. He says, what I'm feeling goes beyond myself. It's for those who came before me and ran countless yards so I could come in and score a touchdown. This is for my people, my culture, and our history. Then he said something in Spanish that I am not going to attempt to read.
What's that? Try it.
Tu abuela.
All you got to do is hit the translate button and tell us
in my
grandmother.
Yes, abuela. I know abuela. That's seremos el halftime show del Super Bowl.
Translate. Just hit translate.
Give it to Red.
It's in a doc. It's in a word doc.
Give it to Red. Red Puerto Rican.
Red here.
Something about his grandmother. He's probably.
You can't read in Spanish?
Okay. Give it to me. Give it to me.
If Red can't do it and they speak it in its household, you definitely can't do it.
I got it. What's wrong with y'all?
It's the last line.
The last line. Okay. Well, I don't see it.
Here go Envy.
In gray, the quote.
Envy gonna make somebody type out retardo.
I don't see it.
Oh my God! Give me.
I don't see it.
Come on.
I don't see it.
You're not Spanish and you a little dyslexic.
All right. This is Benito. That's what I say in Abuela. That's
Bad Bunny is absolutely the right choice. Dropping the clues bombs for the Angry Rabbit. I can't wait to watch.
Yeah, his grandmother. Yeah.
That's his grandmother. That's what he got.
Yes.
All right.
It's a good streak. Rock Nation hasn't missed yet with the halftime show.
Not at all.
Yep. And Jay-Z says, what Bad Bunny has done and continues to do for Puerto Rico is truly inspiring. We are honored to have him on the world's biggest stage.
And I wonder how was it hard to convince him, because he was adamant about not doing any shows in the U.S. because he didn't want to target the concert.
It's still the biggest stage,
It is the big stage, but I also think, too, you got, like, Rock Nation to work with, and if that's a concern, they do a lot for people in, like, the community space, so maybe there's, like, a bigger initiative that they might roll out around this, too, if that is a conversation. But, yes, so in other news, we reported on Ray J and those Kim Kardashian, Kris Jenner RICO claims a while back. We received a statement from the Kardashians' attorney, Alex Spiro, who says Ray J's claims about any RICO involving the Kardashians are not true. That's an update there.
Nice.
Yes.
That's all he said. That was clear. That was it. Clear.
That was it. That they are not true. Now, in other news, so this is actually unfortunate news. So Terrence Crawford, fighter Terrence Crawford, was celebrating. He was celebrating his win in his hometown, and he was also, celebrating his birthday over the weekend. And on the way leaving the birthday celebration, he was actually pulled over by police and held at gunpoint. Let's take a listen to the video.
Stepping out, seatbelt. Step out.
I'm opening the door.
You can take
I'm
mine
opening
off
the door.
of me right here on my right. I'm keeping my hands up.
I'm not reaching for no gun, bro. Step out. Can I move my phone?
Yeah, that's crazy.
All that serious. All that necessary. You serious? This one, yeah, dude. You serious? Not that deep.
Yeah,
it's a damn shame that a brother like Terrence Crawford, who Omaha absolutely loves, if you was watching Instagram this weekend, you saw the sea of people that were out there for Terrence Crawford. People of all races, people of all ages, just coming together to celebrate their hometown hero, Bud. And you got a couple of cops who just wanted to ruin his night for no reason.
Yes.
Which makes no sense, right? There's only a population of 455,000 people there. Like, they know who Terrence Crawford is. They know who Bud is. They know where Bud was going. He had armed security, licensed armed security. It's just foul that he had to go through.
They pulled him over for reckless driving, right?
Yeah, so the police say that before 1:30 a.m. local time in Nebraska, officers stopped the vehicle that he was in, and they said that the vehicle was driving recklessly. During the traffic stop, the police officers say that they observed a firearm on the driver's side floorboard, and for safety, all of the occupants were ordered out of the vehicle at gunpoint. The driver of the vehicle was identified as Terrence Crawford, and he was issued a citation for reckless driving. All 4 occupants in the car were legally permitted to carry firearms, including a member of Crawford's security team who was carrying his own weapon at the time of the traffic stop. A police officer and a lieutenant have also responded to the scene. And I do know the mayor released a statement. He said that, he learned about the police stop and he was, disheartened. After learning about this, he says that he spoke personally to Terrence or to Bud Crawford, and he says that he acknowledges the seriousness of what occurred and how trust between law enforcement and the community is important, and shows that they need to be vigilant about building this relationship. The mayor is saying that the police chief, a guy named Todd Shadmere, has pledged an internal investigation, which the mayor says he fully supports because they want to be full and thorough. They plan to gather all the facts and be transparent with the public about their findings when it comes to this stop. He says that his heart dropped in learning that this is how the day ended. It was a otherwise wonderful day for Terrence. He was celebrating in Omaha, Nebraska. He was celebrating being world boxing champion, and then there was, the parade and his birthday. So for the day to end like that was just heartbreaking for him.
Yeah, and then it's Terrence Crawford. You've been watching him all day, right? I would just assume that he has the same security team, for the most part. So I would think that if you're a police officer in this city, you would know him and you would know all these individuals. And isn't Nebraska open carry? So why would you react like that if you saw a firearm in the car, especially with Terrence Crawford driving? Like, come on,
that sounds crazy, man.
Like, I don't think there's a need to react by drawing your guns and telling them to get out the car.
Very scary situation.
Yes, your job.
He feels like if they would have moved anyway, he could have lost his life.
Yeah, you got to do your job as a police officer, but come on, man, it's Terrence Crawford driving. You just saw this big parade he's having, and he's with his security. Why would you ever assume anything negative was going on?
I'm not for sure, but they're gonna have to definitely make sure that this is gonna have to be explained. So hopefully, they're gonna have to give some answers. So we'll be keeping up with what happens, but he is okay. So that is, thank God. Yeah, thank God.
And check that police officer's parlays. Let's see if he lost any money on Canelo. I'm serious.
Not this being about a parlay.
You never know.
That's crazy.
You never know. Check his parlays. Go check everything. His DraftKings, his Prize Picks, everything. Let's see if he put any money on Canelo. He might just be a little salty because he lost.
Damn. All right. Well, that's the latest with Loren. Now, when we come back, we got front page news, so don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get back to some front page news. Start off with some quick sports. Now, last night, the Falcons beat the Commanders. Giants beat the Chargers. The Eagles beat the Buccaneers. Texas beat the Titans. Patriots beat the Panthers. The Bills beat the Saints. Jaguars beat the 49ers. The Lions beat the Browns. The Rams beat the Colts. The Bears beat the Raiders. The Packers and Cowboys tied in overtime, of course. The Chiefs beat the Ravens 37-20. Now, tonight in Monday Night Football, the Jets take on the Dolphins at 7:15, and the Bengals take on the Broncos at 8:15. Now, Mimi,
that's too late, man. These games come on too late. They got to start these games 2 hours early, bro. There's no reason for games to be starting 8:15, 8:30.
Yeah, I think that's late with you too. I mean, like I said, I fell asleep on the Cowboys game last night. What's up, Mimi?
Good morning, everyone. How y'all doing this morning?
Blessed, black, and highly favored. How you doing, Mimi?
Good. Thanks for asking. Okay, so To this story that everyone's talking about this morning, we're going to start with a dramatic turn in the New York City politics with Mayor Eric Adams. He's officially dropping out the race in the race for a second term just 5 weeks before Election Day. So, Charlamagne, let's flash back to last week, less than a minute into his interview on The Breakfast Club. You asked him if he was dropping out. Let's listen to that.
You know the question everybody keeps asking, are you dropping out of the mayoral race?
And you know what? I answered that 101 times. I said, no, I'm not. Our goal is to finish this race.
You know, over the past weekend, you didn't attend any public events while a lot of the rivals were out campaigning, and people used that to fuel more speculation that you're preparing to drop out. So how do you respond to that?
Think about this, Charlamagne. No matter what I said, they did it anyway.
Mm-hmm. So listen, you're polling in 4th place right now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What makes you think you can still win?
What I must do in these campaigns is I need my money.
You gave him several times to answer the question, Charlamagne. And he said each time that he is staying in the race. Well, by Sunday, his tone had changed. And in a nearly 9-minute video posted to X, set to Frank Sinatra's My Way, Adams admitted he can no longer see a path to re-election. Let's listen to that.
I cannot continue my re-election campaign. The constant media speculation about my future and the campaign finance board's decision to withhold millions of dollars have undermined my ability to raise the funds needed for a serious campaign.
We knew that, Mayor Adams. And this is what makes politicians look ridiculous to us, to we the people, because we see what we know we see, and y'all be trying to tell us we don't see it, and then things like this happen, and now you got to admit we were right the whole time. But you never admit we were right the whole time.
Yeah, pretty bad. I mean, he was polling 4th. I think everybody knew he was going to drop out, but he said he was going to fight to the end.
So the end was Sunday? He
Sunday.
told us on Thursday he was going to fight to the end. The end was Sunday?
End was Sunday.
The end was clearly Sunday, and so his exit now clears the way for former Governor Andrew Cuomo running as an independent, while Democratic Socialist Zoran Mondani, he is the clear front runner. A new poll has him up 20 points with affordability, crime, and economy topping voters' concerns. Mondani came out blasting both Adams and Cuomo, saying billionaire donors will not dictate this election. And Republican nominee Curtis Sliwa, he skipped over Adams entirely, insisting he is the only one who can beat Mondani. And Cuomo, meanwhile, praising Adams for putting the city above personal ambition. And just one thing to note, Adams' name will still be on the ballot because it's too late to remove it, but his campaign is over, so do not be confused if you see it there. He is out of the race. You want to make sure that your vote goes to a candidate who is still in the race.
Well, billionaire donors is about to put everything behind Cuomo, so I hope Mondani is ready. I hope Mondani's ready for every single personal attack that is going to happen to him over the next couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely coming. And we're just now 1 day away from a possible government shutdown, and the Trump administration is raising the stakes. President Trump is threatening to lay off thousands of federal workers permanently if funding runs out tomorrow night at midnight. And the White House Budget Office has directed agencies to prepare plans identifying programs that will lose money on October 1st if Congress fails to act. Now, in the past, shutdown workers, they're usually temporarily out of work and brought back once funding is restored. But this time, the Office of Management and Budget is signaling that many of those jobs will be cut off for good, which is a sharp break from precedent. Now, lawmakers, they do remain gridlocked. Democrats insist any funding deal must include the Affordable Care Act subsidies set to expire at the end of the year, while Republicans argue that those discussions should wait. They want a clean bill to simply extend the funding. Now, Trump is expected to meet with congressional leaders at the White House later today, but with the deadline looming tomorrow at midnight, the risk of a shutdown and the possibility of mass layoffs is very, very real. That's where we are with that. And lastly, if you travel through Atlanta Airport often, this story is for you. The world's busiest airport just turned down $37 million in federal funding to stand firm on its commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Now, that money was part of a larger $57 million FAA package for restroom upgrades, taxiway repairs, and sustainability projects. Earlier this year, the Trump administration, they added a new rule that airports taking federal money must declare their DEI efforts will not conflict with federal law. Well, cities like New York, San Francisco, and Boston, they sued, but Atlanta Atlanta tried to strike the language from its grant agreement, but the FAA refused, and so city officials didn't sign, and days later, the federal government confirmed the money was off the table. So Atlanta says that this money will not make a difference. You will not notice it. They point that federal money only makes up 10% of their airport's $10 billion capital plan, and they will find other ways to fund upgrades without disrupting passengers, but they did not want to get rid of their DEI programs.
That's dope.
Well, salute to the Atlanta airport.
That's dope.
Yeah, so that's your front page news. I'm Mimi Brown. Follow me at Mimi Brown TV. For more news, follow the Black Information Network and download the free iHeartRadio app or visit BINnews.com.
Thank you, Mimi.
Thank you.
Peace, Mimi.
All right, when we come back, we have the cast of Ruth and Boaz joining us. DeVon Franklin, Serayah, and Tyler Lepley. And we'll talk to them next, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got some special guests in the building this morning.
Yes, indeed.
DeVon Franklin, Serayah, and Tyler Lepley. Welcome.
Hey.
How y'all feeling?
If you call her Serayah one more time,
I'm sorry, Serayah.
Serayah needs something. Sounds like something I got to go to CVS for. I got to get something for the Serayah on my arm.
if you just read
Serayah,
it,
how it's spelled. You want to talk to me about reading?
Because I got a lot better. Don't do that.
You did get a little better.
Thank you.
This is a godly film. Amen. Happy Sunday.
Good morning. Good
Welcome
morning.
to the family.
Thank you.
They have a movie on Netflix called Ruth and Boaz, right? And if you know anything about Ruth and Boaz, it's a biblical story. So what elements of the original biblical story of Ruth and Boaz did y'all preserve for this film?
Man, we preserved a lot of the elements. I mean, when you go and you read the book of Ruth and then you look at the movie, everything that we did in the film was basically rooted in the word. Her journey, with Naomi, how she finds Boaz. And we really wanted to say, okay, this is what the scripture says, but then how do we make it modern? And so everything you see in the film, I think we did a pretty good job, of making sure that anything that you see in that film, you can go back to a verse and say, this is where we got it from.
Was it difficult modernizing the story, though?
There's no rule book on how to modernize a Bible story. So it was challenging, but then there were certain things that were pretty easy because the story itself lays out like a movie. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to produce it. This is why I wanted to make it, is because when you see how Ruth and Boaz come together, they're not looking for love. They're actually looking to be of service. And as part of that commitment, they find each other. And so when you see it, it was like, okay, what would Moab look like? Well, maybe that's like the Atlanta music scene. And what would, Bethlehem look like? Okay, well, maybe that's like Pegram, Tennessee. So it was difficult, but ultimately we just had to kind of take those creative licenses and hopefully the audience will enjoy it.
Now, you have a deal with Tyler Perry. How did that come about?
Man, so listen, about a couple years ago, after I did my film Flamin' Hot, I'm sitting at home and I didn't have a production deal. So if you know anything about Hollywood, in order to have a production company, you have to have a production deal with the studio because that's how you have employees and that's how you make your films. So even though Flamin' Hot did very well, I did not have a deal. And so I was sitting at home and I was like, okay, God, what do you want me to do? And out of the blue, my phone rings and it's Tyler Perry.
Wow.
And he said, hey, man, I hear you're making a deal with Netflix. Now, I had a meeting at Netflix a few months before, but I didn't know. There wasn't really a whole lot of follow-ups. I wasn't sure what was going on. But he called me and said, yo, I hear you're making a deal with Netflix. Let's partner up and do it together. And I was like, yes, let's do it. And so we negotiated a 3-picture deal with Netflix. This is the first of its kind. You've never seen, two black men of faith coming together to make content of faith, with the biggest streamer in the world. And that to me, like when you look at Tyler, like, I don't know why God put that on his mind. But here I am trying to figure it out, and boom, and there was the answer. And to be able to make Ruth and Boaz, to be able to make it the way we wanted to make it, to have the creative autonomy and the authority, and to be able to put it together, with such an incredible cast, it all came from the partnership.
How did it feel? Because when the screen opens for the movie, it's your name, and then it's Tyler Perry Studios, and I was like, that is so cool. How did it feel for you the first time you saw that on screen?
Listen, this is what faith works. That's how it felt. It felt gratifying. As a kid, I always had the dream of making my own films. That's why I came to Hollywood. I wanted to have my own production company. And to see that on screen, DeVon Franklin Entertainment, Tyler Perry Studios, and Ruth and Boaz, it's like, wow, dreams do come true and faith works. So it felt good.
So Serayah and Tyler, did y'all know the story of Ruth and Boaz?
Serayah,
I'm sorry. It's him. I'm sorry, Serayah. It's him. I knew that too, my dumb ass. I'm sorry. Serayah and Tyler. Did y'all know the story of Ruth and Boaz?
I did, like, roughly, you know, just growing up in church, you hear of Ruth and Boaz, but I had never really explicitly read the book of Ruth. And until doing this story, getting more information on it.
Yeah, I mean, not to sound like a heathen, but I didn't grow up in the church or nothing like that. But I have heard about, I have heard about the story of Ruth and Boaz a little bit. So when it was time to actually dive into it, once I had booked it, I read up on it a little bit to just at least have some type of foundation in terms of, finding the truth and how we're going to figure it out.
Yeah. So after you read it, Serayah, how much of Ruth's story could you relate to?
Personally, I mean, she went through so much. She has a lot of baggage and trauma there, deep traumas. But I do resonate with her on having like an instinct to reroute and change things in my life, and maybe stepping out on faith on things that I'm not necessarily sure is going to work out. But hey, I want to be an actress. That sounds pretty far-fetched to a lot of the world. So I can get where her fire and her passion is coming from.
How are you?
I'm
just
good.
had a baby. Mommy hair looks good on you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you.
Yes.
Is your mental, everything is good? I mean, because you're working. You had that baby. You're working out. You're mommy, but now you're still actress, singer, mommy. How does that all fit?
It's actually one day at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just having that grace for myself that I don't have to have it all together.
No.
Has been the biggest, I guess, lesson for me throughout all of this. But it's been great. Thank God. I mean, after that first month where I was like, now it's just like, I could use some sleep, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Good. I want to ask, when doing a faith-based movie, right? Growing up as a kid, when you hear anything faith-based, you thinking it's going to be nothing but Christian singing. It's going to be that type of thing. Did you ever think about, well, maybe I don't want to do it because it's faith-based, or did you just dive right in?
Personally, no. I mean, I feel like God has always been very much a part of my life. And I do think that.
Why are you laughing? Something made you laugh.
Yeah, because DeVon, actually, we worked on Kingdom Business together, BET Plus, which was also faith-based. And I really feel like sometimes God is funny in the way of presenting me with characters that I kind of like in life are a little bit mirroring as far as like their relationship with God. So it's kind of funny for me to have played Rebel in Kingdom Business and now Ruth and Boaz, right? So that's why I laughed. But no, it really did not deter me at all. If anything deterred me, it was the music element.
Right.
Because I played so many music characters. So that was the part that I was like,
that took a little convincing. I was like, come on, Serayah, come on.
She said no at first?
She didn't want to come in to audition because it was a little music driven. So I had to hit her up. I was like, yo, trust me, you're going to want to do this. Come on in. And so thankfully she did.
So what was it mirroring in your life, Serayah? Because this story is about God's timing and divine orchestration. So what was going on in your life when you got the call for this?
Oh my goodness, so much. But I could say that love was also on the brink for me. Like, I was in a new relationship. With this role, I found out I was pregnant. Like while filming. There was a lot of things kind of with Ruth that I was in the script, and some of the things she says kind of just rang true for me. Yeah.
What about you, Heathen? What you did you dive right in?
Yeah, I think for me, when I got the call, I was just in a space last year. I mean, even before last year. Like I said, I never grew up in the church, but it was something that I was always seeking. You know what I'm saying? It was sought after for me. And, it started spiritually, but then I kind of wanted to go to church more and, just show up in the place of worship, not just to kind of feel it on the inside. So I think for me, outside of the artistry, me wanting to be able to tackle a role like this, I've never done a love story before. The aspect of it being a faith-based film is actually something that was kind of right on time for me. I had just proposed to at the time, my girlfriend. We were obviously my fiance now. So even
congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate that. But even
and her name Miracle.
Right. Amen. But even making a choice to go ahead and honor our union under God, and making that choice and walking forward in it, or I've had some issues in life where choosing to handle it with grace is something that's continuing to be on the forefront of my mind and whatnot. So it was just perfect timing. So I actually love diving into the faith-based aspect of it.
Love that.
I was working with the icon, the legend, Miss Felicia Rashad.
Oh
How
my
was that?
gosh.
Yeah.
Talk about it. She said something really cool. I mean, it was amazing for me. I think we all have really cool stories about her. She brings this aura and this presence and this groundedness, and she's also very humble. Like, to be the icon and the person we're speaking about, she's like, oh, thank you. Like, let's talk about you now. And I think that's really cool aspect to her. We many times in our cast chairs, we're just talking about like relationships and just different things. Like, she's a really, really dope human being.
Y'all did use a stunt double when she got pushed down. Like,
Yeah, they
I
pushed
would
her
hope so.
around.
Yes, we did.
Okay,
And
just
she-
making
and
sure.
the thing about her is she was cool with being on the ground.
No.
So she did. She was. Yes.
said,
The
why
thing
would
about
they
her
have
is
them
that
push her to the ground?
she was like, "Yo, stop it! Like, I got it." So she did do.
Wow.
She didn't get the hit part, but she definitely fell on the
She
ground.
wanted to,
She wanted to,
yeah.
and that's. I'm telling you, yeah. When I
far did
she
she fall?
she fell, far enough to make it
It
look
was
good.
enough. It was like literally, my heart. I was like, oh my God, why would y'all do that?
Yeah.
Because it's like, this is Miss Felicia Rashad. Like, you cannot just put her on the ground
But
like that.
the reason why she is that way is because she takes her craft serious.
Yeah.
And not only that, I mean, to what Serayah was saying, every day that she was on set, her aura, she brought, excellence, she brought grace, she brought a sense of calm and peace. And I'll never forget, one day we were shooting at the location for her house, and it overlooks a lake. And so in between setups, I hear this voice saying, DeVon, come here. And I turn around, and it's Miss Felicia. She's sitting on a bench. She says, come here. And she pats on the bench. She says, sit down. And I said, yeah. She said, you're working really hard. This is your movie, but you got to breathe.
Wow.
You got to take all this in.
Wow.
Don't just, rush through the fruits of your labor. Take it in. And I said, wow. Took a moment to breathe, and then we started talking about, our histories and, sharing stories. And I said, wow, this is what it's like to have an elder in your presence. They see the potential and they see it, but they also want you to know, hey, life is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah.
Wow.
Relax, enjoy. And so that's a moment that just speaks to who she is.
Do you ever get imposter syndrome in those moments? Like when you're doing a film and you ever think to yourself, like, oh man, I'm doing a film for Netflix. I got Felicia Rashad, I got Serayah, I got Tyler Lepley, I'm with Tyler Perry. Like,
No, I don't get imposter syndrome. I mean, because I've been working in entertainment since I was 18 years old, and I've been working specifically, in film ever since then. And so when I'm making a movie, I'm making a movie like from a place of experience and expertise. And nobody knows how to make a movie of faith that's commercial better than me.
Yeah.
And so I and that's not based upon arrogance. That's just based upon confidence and experience and having done it time and time and time again. And so when I'm on set, if anything, I'm like, okay, what am I not thinking about? Is there, and then also, wanting to make sure that they're good. At the end of the day, I can do all things I can do, but at the end of the day, if the talent doesn't feel, if I'm saying, hey, I want to make movies of inspiration and faith, and the experience behind the scene isn't inspirational or positive, then I think it kind of undermines what I'm trying to do. And I make sure that they're good.
Now, I'm glad you said that because the film portrays these ideas of worthiness and acceptance, especially in regards to Boaz's like evolution and transformation. So yeah.
It was important. That was really important because I really wanted, any man watching this movie, any woman as well, but specifically, any man watching this movie to see themselves in Boaz. And I think one of the things that's so, noble and powerful, and also the way that Tyler plays Boaz is, with the care and the tenderness. And he's not looking to get from Ruth; he's looking to give to Ruth. And I think that's a different dynamic. And I really wanted to make sure that was articulated and portrayed, because that to me is where love is. Love that comes out of sacrifice. Like, and I'm not trying to get from you.
Yeah.
He didn't need anything from her. All he really, what was cool about Ruth, all she provided him was a safe space to be able to talk, to be able to communicate, to be heard. And that is how she expressed her love. And he expressed his love through giving to make sure she knew she was okay. So that was important to me.
As far as casting went, right? Like, did you say, because I feel like every role that Tyler plays and every role that Serayah plays, it seems like it's specifically for them. They just do a great job with it. Did you know who you had in mind when you said, okay, I want to do Ruth and Boaz's story?
When I started the process, I didn't. I just was working on getting the script right. Mike Elliott and Corey Tynan wrote the script, and our amazing director, Lana Brown, directed the movie. And so once we got into the casting process, that's when I said, oh, this is Serayah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kept hitting up her team, like, hey,
Yeah.
when's she coming in audition? And then that's when I finally, ultimately called her and said, hey, come in. And then when she auditioned, it was like, oh, well, there's Ruth.
Yeah.
But with Boaz, I didn't know that Tyler Lepley was going to come in. I knew, like, I wanted a guy who, had the gravitas, who had the sex appeal, but also had the heart. But I didn't know that he was, I didn't even, it wasn't even a thought.
Right.
And then we had a couple guys we were chemistry reading with Serayah. And at the 11th hour, Tyler Lepley sends in a self-tape. And I watched the self-tape and I'm like, well, there's Boaz.
Yep.
I mean, without any direction. He just dropped into the essence of the character. And we were like, okay. We did it. And we brought him in, did a chemistry read. And it was evident that they were the ones destined to play these parts.
You
Tyler, how
never
you know
know
this is for
God's
you?
plan.
That's right.
I had to finish real quick.
Oh,
You
I'm
never
sorry.
know God's plan because Tyler said that it was right on time for him because he was already talking to the Lord. All right, my bad.
Amen. Did you say that?
I was gonna say, how did you know this one was for you? Because you sent in that tape immediately. So how did you know that like this part's for me?
I think it really dawned on me after I had sent the tape in. We did the chemistry read, which was funny too because we were actually on a different set shooting something else together. So that was a unique experience. But after I had booked it, we had a scheduling conflict with this and P Valley. We were shooting at the same time, and there was a period of time where per the line producers, these are the ones who deal with the schedule. This wasn't going to work. So there was a few days like even me and DeVon were kind of chatting back and forth on the text, and like the energy was kind of like, all right, well, I'll see you, I'll catch you next time.
Damn.
And it was like, damn. That's what hit you with I'll see you next time. I said, man. I said there was something about this that it just felt special because of kind of what I was talking about earlier. Trying to get in touch with the Lord, and then it just felt like this was going to be special, and I was like, man, I ain't going down without a fight. I played baseball for 1 year, and I was always striking out, but I was always going down looking. My mom told me, like, man, you got to, at least if you're going down, you got to swing. So I was like, all right, well, let me pick the phone up. Let me call DeVon, and let me call Couture because, everybody at the studio is saying they can't figure this out. And, really, it was because of you and Couture, the reason that I was blessed enough to be able to step into this role. You know what I'm saying? So as I look back on it, hindsight is always 20/20. When I look at how, God orchestrated it, it was like, man, I was right on point. This is something that I felt like I was destined to do. So I appreciate you.
No, absolutely. I would just interject on that. What God has for you is for you. And so, Couture and I, got on the phone and went through that schedule and said, okay, you need him here. I need him here. Okay, I can't give you that date, but can you give me that date? And then we went to the line producers and then the studios and say, this is what it is. And a lot of times they're like, well, you got to have insurance. I said, nah. Me and Couture, a brother and a sister, we worked it out. Because he needs to be able to do both.
Love that. Man.
So whatever is for you, just stay in it and keep fighting for it.
Yeah.
Because when it's meant to be, it'll be.
The secular ambitions that Ruth has, right? But the spiritual calling she's dealing with too. Have any of y'all ever had to deal with that in the industry? And if so, how did you resolve it?
I'm sorry. What was it again?
The secular ambitions that Ruth has, but also the spiritual calling she's dealing with. Have y'all ever had that battle with y'all personal experiences in the industry?
It's been a long week. Break it down. Secular in layman's terms. What's that?
Secular is worldly.
Not non-religious.
I don't know.
That's a perfect example.
Be successful, like money, cars, jewelry, but God is saying no. I want you to be over here.
Yeah, for sure. I would say for me, when I was coming out of now I'm from right outside of Philly, and I was on my own level. I was making a little bit of money. I was kind of doing my thing, at least so I thought. But nothing made sense for me to go out to LA, But something was calling me. I felt like God was. God was pushing me in that direction, and it was, it was a battle to leave everything that I've ever known, to chase something that I've never seen, but I feel it, and so I do feel like I can connect with Ruth on that because I forget what the actual line is, but like it's one of those lines, one of those memorable lines where she talks about, God is leading me somewhere else, and it's nothing that anybody else around me may really be able to understand, but it's something that I feel and it's something that I'm going to honor, so I really connected with Ruth on that aspect for sure.
What about you, Serayah?
Ooh, I don't don't know if I've ever felt like I was being pulled away from what God wanted for me, or what I felt like innately inside of me. But I could say that it is hard to navigate when you do have that voice inside of you, because there is a lot to there's a lot to be involved with when it comes to our industry. So when thinking about it from that aspect, I can say I said no to a lot of hangouts and dealings with people, and thank God I did, because I didn't really know why I was saying no, but I just knew I didn't feel necessarily comfortable, or I felt like a weird vibe, so I just decided not to be out and about and doing different things. And now looking back on that, I am grateful that I kind of followed that voice, because there are a lot of situations I realized that, oh yeah, that person was definitely up to no good, asking me to do A, B, and C, you know what I mean? So I think that there's definitely a lot of that while navigating this industry, for sure.
What about you, DeVon? Because you have answered your calling, spiritual calling.
Yeah.
You know, but you still want to be successful in this business.
Sure. I mean, for me, it was like the ambition always has been to go to a secular environment. Right? When you look at Hollywood, I mean, you know, some may argue it's one of the most secular environments on the planet. But for me, you know, when I first started, I didn't know I was going to be making content that would be inspirational or faith-based at all. But I did have a sense of, I don't want to compromise my soul to open the door of this business. So like at 18 years old, you know, first internship interview, they asked me, you know, this is when it was for the company that managed Will Smith. And they said, is there anything else you want us to know? And I said, well, you know, I observe Sabbath. So if taking this internship would require me to work on the Sabbath, I won't take it. So at that point in time, I wasn't really doing it consciously. I was just saying, this is my conviction, you know, like I don't want to compromise who I am and my identity for this business. And then what happened was they said, sure, no problem. And I got the internship, and every job that I've ever had goes back to that internship. And so what that showed me is that you can be in a secular environment and still maintain your spirituality, because I don't believe that God would ordain success for any of us that requires us to compromise who we are. Because if it's like, wait, if it's God, no, honor who He's created you to be. And if that door opens, walk through it. But if it doesn't, do not conform yourself to get that, because what's on the other side of that door is you're going to need the faith that you left and the identity you left outside the door to be successful. So
that's the scariest part.
So for me, it was just about incorporating the essence of who I am and the identity and the spirituality and being a Christian and allowing God to navigate my path in this, you know, secular environment.
Earlier, Serayah, when you guys were talking about you almost not answering the call to do the role, did you say it was because music was involved? So that was something you didn't want to do anymore?
Well, yes and no. I think that I think because of the last few roles that I have done or been a part of, had that female who was, you know, navigating, but also had a music element. And I am also like putting out music, and so I wanted to just be mindful of just where that was placing me. But honestly, like DeVon said, this film is a lot more than the music. It's not just the music. And I didn't know it at the time, but I got to work with Babyface, so that was amazing. But that was kind of like my reasoning behind it, just wanting to, you know, play different characters. That's really all it is, in expanding my creativity and things like that.
You ever tried to help a person and then you realize they are the reason they have problems? Like nothing external. It's them. How do you convey that?
Well, that's funny. Charlamagne is hilarious, man.
Can you ask the question again?
I'm just saying, you ever tried to help a person and then you realize they are the reason they have problems? There ain't nothing external.
Yes.
It's you.
Yes, I have been in that situation. And the thing is to be compassionate, you know?
Compassion.
Because a lot of times it's very easy to, well, let me put it this way. It's very hard for all of us to look in the mirror and actually hold and look at what we see. Because we don't like to look at the parts of ourselves that we want to change, that we're not happy with. And so in those situations, it's like, okay, before I was like trying to call the person out or anything, I'd say, okay, let's just have compassion, you know? And like, hey, the problem you're trying to solve, it may be because of the perspective that you have. Okay, well, why do you have that perspective? Well, let's talk about it. Because I think just creating an environment where there's no judgment and there's acceptance and that there can be communication. Because trying to unpack something, whether it's trauma or tragedy or disappointments or things that you may have gone through years ago, trying to unpack that takes time. And I think sometimes we get so mad at people for not being where we want them to be. And we're all on a journey in this thing called life, and we're at different stages. So I just try to approach it with compassion and still clarity. You know, if someone comes to me for help and they're asking my opinion, then I will give it. I will say, hey, you know, I think the reason why, you know, you may have been going through different relationships is because, you know, you keep bringing that mentality to each relationship. Instead of being the love you want to receive, you're looking for this person to provide you with what you're not doing for yourself. So you know, I'm still going to be honest, but I'm going to do it hopefully in a compassionate and loving way, so that then that they can actually take it in. Because if I come with the sledgehammer, you know, and I come with, why aren't you doing this? Then the help that I could have provided them, I missed the opportunity.
Exactly.
Because I'm trying to impose my process on them instead of being compassionate, loving. Hey, here's some things you could look at. And then everyone then has to make a committee of one to make the decision. You know what? Okay, I'm going to make some changes. And I'm going to do the work because I want the reflection of my life to change.
So be compassionate, Boldy.
Baptism's actually.
Why you shaking your head, man?
Cutting people off. I mean,
he said, show a little empathy. Don't cut him off.
I know you ain't talking. You know me.
I ain't say me. I said you. I said you. You know me. I'm like, all right. Well, we appreciate you guys for joining us. Thank you so much. Make sure you check it out. It's on Netflix now.
And P-Valley Season 3 on the way.
That's right. We've been waiting. DeVon, Franklin, Serayah, and Tyler Lepley. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I got your name right. I made sure I was like, I practiced in my head. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to the latest with Loren.
Loren becoming a straight fact.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on this.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
What was the latest?
On the Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
Young Thug had a pretty busy weekend. You waving at the screen, nobody there. There were a few interviews with him that dropped, but also he did a pop-up performance outside of the courthouse. Did you guys see the videos from outside of the courthouse?
I did.
That was definitely part of his parole, right?
And you'll remember when he was released on conditions, he said that he would do certain things in the community, and they mentioned doing like a couple pop-up shows that would give back or whatever. Some people thought it was crazy that he went and performed outside of the courthouse, but there was a message. So there was a live stream. He performed several songs, but the message was, this is not where you want to end up. This place changed my life. You don't want to end up here unless you're on the other side of it. So that's what that was about. So to answer your question, Charlamagne, yes, and that was at the Lewis R. Slayton Courthouse, which is where the YSL trial went down. Now, Young Thug also on this press run and the interviews I mentioned, he sat down with the guys over at the Pivot, and he talked a lot about how his life has changed since being released from prison. And one of the things he talked about is dealing with depression or identifying it now, because he's talking about his feelings more. And he says that he doesn't see a need for a therapist nor for his girlfriend to go see a therapist either. Let's take a listen to that.
You mentioned whether or not you didn't know if you were depressed or not. You ever considered therapy though?
I ain't never really considered it. I always felt like I had OGEs. Like I always
tell you the same that you already know.
I feel like a therapist gonna do the same thing. I feel like we know better. We just gotta do better. You know what you don't supposed to do. Like you don't need me or now one of them or no therapist to tell you. Like if you tell your therapist, man, I'm going back and forth with my wife, bro. I'm just trying to. They gonna say let her be heard. Shut up sometimes. Listen more to you talk. They gonna say the same. It's just like, man, that's another bill. Me personally, I feel like it's a weakness in that because I feel like listen to my girl. It's really a slap in the face to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just was telling my girl that, like, I don't think you need a therapist. I don't think I need a therapist. I feel like I'm not a man if my girl get a therapist. Damn, you actually call somebody and listen to what they got to say over me instead of just listening to what I'm telling you.
Because you don't know what the hell you're talking about. But that's why you shouldn't knock it until you try it in regards to therapy. Because it's not just about, knowing better and doing better. It's about giving you practices and techniques that help you deal with, internal issues, your unhealed trauma.
Yeah, but that mentality is a mentality for somebody, like you said, that does not know, right?
Yeah.
Because I can imagine myself saying that probably 10, 15 years ago, like, nah, we don't need to go to no therapy. What, they going to say the same thing I'm going to say. They just going to say, listen, but unless you know and understand the techniques and tools used to actually help somebody, he probably should try it first.
Especially when he said he talking to his girl. He said you gonna listen to somebody else before you listen to me. Yeah, because you the source of my issues.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of unhealed trauma that you haven't dealt with. So once you deal with your trauma, then maybe I'll listen to you a little bit more.
I was with him until he said that he don't think that Mariah needs one. I mean, because you can't really say nobody else needs therapy. I mean, but like I said, I was with him up until he said that part, because he seems like he knows right from wrong. You know what you're not supposed to do. I mean, everything he said was right.
He said to your point, just that he's in a new space. This is the first time that he's even talked about his feelings. And he points back to the interview with Big Bang. He said he's never had conversations about his feelings to even understand. People have told him that he probably was depressed, but he's never understood it. But I think that comes from too, like the whole thing with Mariah the Scientist. I think a lot of times men feel like what happens at home is supposed to stay at home, and they're supposed to solve everything. And you can, as a person, you can't solve everything. But I just think it's a new space for him. He's learning. And of course, when this clip went out and people saw it, there were a lot of people reaching out to him, trying to have conversations. He also did say too that doing these interviews with people he respects has been a form of therapy for him. So I think he'll slowly arrive to where people want him to get to. Now,
maybe, but I will say this once again: it's not about knowing right from wrong. It's about dealing with your unhealed trauma. And if you don't deal with your trauma will ultimately deal with you.
Yeah, I mean,
I will say the set downs that he's been having, though, he's telling the truth. Like,
Open
he's
it up.
letting it out. He's being vulnerable. You know what I mean? I mean, people making fun of him and all of that, but I do see somebody that's vulnerable who, and a lot of people he's saying a lot of things that people wouldn't expect for him to say. He's being real about it.
In these interviews, I see somebody that needs help.
Yes.
That's what I see in these interviews. I see
Professional help.
Somebody that needs help. He's talking about him being depressed, that if he didn't have kids, he wouldn't want to be here.
I was about to say he's been tweeting a lot of things that are a bit disturbed too, talking about not wanting to be here. Yeah, and I think that's what it is. It's a start. Now he also did an interview with Big Loon over at the Ips Up There podcast.
Salute to my guy Loon.
The full interview is not out yet, but there is a clip that dropped, and it you guys remember when Young Thug dropped the album cover, he was white face, blue eyes, and I was like, what does this mean? You Scotty, right? So he explained what the album cover means. He says if you want to go big, you go white. Let's take a listen.
Let's talk about the U.Y. Scooty album cover. Explain to your fans and to the people what message you were sending, if any, and what's the thinking behind the album cover.
I think it was just like some funny but it's still like serious to the point where it's like I went with it. You know what I'm saying? But it really just some fun. You know, in our hood, we always joked and played. You know, I got a lot of white friends, but we always joked and played in my hood. Like, you want to be the biggest, go white. And that's why I said when I put the album cover out, hey, if you want to be the biggest, go white.
So over the, since the album has dropped, he also posted photos of a lot of the features on the album. White face with blue eyes, Cardi B, Mariah the Scientist,
who looks
Baby,
no different, by the way.
Yeah, YFN Lucci as well. I thought this was Central C, but it's 21 Savage. He looks like Central C.
We saw that play before, though. Donald Glover did that. Remember when Donald Glover wrote that poem back in the day called, I think it might have been called Big and White. And he used to say, if you want it, I forgot what I'm paraphrasing, but he was like, if you want to be big, you got to be white. He was like, Will Smith is white, Beyonce is white. Remember when he came on Breakfast Club and we were arguing about that? And I was like, why do you relate everything that's great to whiteness? So this is it's a whole play. I've seen this play
complex, before. Honestly, that needs to be studied. But T.I. looks no different at all.
T.I. looks no different.
He got T.I.
T.I. just look cold. That's all. T.I. just look like he's freezing in New York somewhere at Chicago.
Yes, and I also too I don't have time to play it, but I did watch YFN Lucci's interview over the weekend, and he talked about
with Wallow.
No, not that one. There was another one with
a young lady.
No, I'm gonna get his name. Sorry, hold on. Let me tell you what he talked about while I grab that. So he talked about how, because people were surprised to see him and Thug collaborating on music, and he talked about how that came about, and he said it was 21 Savage that put them on the phone and was like, yo, y'all need to have a conversation, and then a song came about. It was with he sat down for Sirius XM and Pandora with Fly Guy DC in Atlanta, and I thought that was dope to hear that 21 is, behind the scenes we hear so much about, and we heard the phone call with 21 Savage and Young Thug and him kind of like getting them straight a bit, so good to hear that was the glue. Like, hey, y'all need to move forward, and then a song came about. So
every time I hear 21 talk, all I say to myself is 21 the smartest out of everybody. Out of that whole scene to me. Well, I'll say the wisest. The wisest.
I think they all just know they got a lot. They've talked a lot this weekend about they know they got a lot to lose.
Say the smartest.
Yeah, Thug said that at the courthouse too. Like, it's too much to lose for them to be out here beefing, so they're working together now to try and help other people save their lives.
And I think 21 figured that out a long time ago.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that's the latest with Loren. Charlamagne, who you get that donkey to?
Man, 4 after the hour, we need a dentist named Dr. Harleen Gruwell to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with her, please.
All right. We'll get to that next. And don't forget, Michael Blackson will be joining us, comedian. So don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Damn, the hee-haw again.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
I ain't trying to be donkey today no more.
They should be embarrassed by what they already did. I'm not making these people do these things.
Called Donkey of the Day, and it really caught me off guard. Damn, Charlamagne, who got the Donkey of the Day today?
Well, Jess Hilarious, Donkey of the Day for Monday, September 29th goes to a dentist in Santa Clarita, California, okay? Santa Clarita, California. Her name is Dr. Harleen Gruwell. Now, Dr. Harleen Gruwell is an avid Trump supporter, and I have zero problem with that. I have zero problem with Trump supporters. The problem I have with Trump supporters is when they have problems with me. Okay. See, we live in a country where it should be possible for us to have disagreements. We should be able to be in different political parties, be in different religions, and not want to hurt each other because of these differences. Okay. I have a level of respect for every single human on this planet. And that level of respect is based on this simple principle called the golden rule. Remember that? We learned it in elementary school. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Simple concept that I live by. Okay. Treat people the way you would like to be treated. That's it. I'm not going to do anything to a person I wouldn't want done to me. If we all live by this simple concept, the world would be a better place. But nope, we live in the divided states of America where people believe their differences give them the license to hurt those they don't agree with. And that's when it goes too far. And Dr. Harleen Gruwell is one of those individuals who believes because you share a different political view than she does, she can cause you pain. Let's go to ABC 7 for the report, please.
A Santa Clarita dentist defending herself over a video that's now gone viral. The clip shows her joking about giving different care to patients who aren't Trump supporters.
So I have a secret hat I use sometimes. It says, "Make your smile great again." So I wear that when I work on my patients. So when they look horrified or complain, I quietly cut back on the laughing gas.
Dr. Harleen Gruwell's office posted the video 2 years ago. Recently, it began circulating on social media. Dr. Gruwell said the controversy is being driven by someone trying to, quote, cancel her.
They asked me if I had said that, and I said, yes, I said it in one of my roasting speeches at a women's Republican group. Why can't we just take a joke lightheartedly? But that was taken to cancel me. And the dental board did an investigation. They cleared it out and said there was nothing they could find that proved any of that.
Some of Dr. Gruwell's patients emailed us saying they're changing dentists. Dr. Gruwell says her patients are her family and that this is all a politically motivated smear campaign.
So it was a joke. Why didn't I laugh?
I didn't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I miss the days when we didn't talk about religion and politics. But then there's a part of me that's glad we talk about religion and politics because then you can choose to support someone or not support them. But my thing is, those shouldn't be reasons not to support people. But it absolutely is if that person is on BS like Dr. Harleen Gruwell is. But you have to ask yourself, where does it end? Because the only thing that keeps our society civilized is trust. Okay, we all have these circles of trust with each other as humans. Okay, you trust the pilot to get you to your destination safely when you're on a plane. You trust the bus driver to get you to your, destination safely when you're on the bus. You trust the person at Starbucks making your coffee not to poison you. Okay, you trust the person making your food at Shake Shack to not skeet in your banana pudding shake. Okay, it's all about trust. Okay, look, it'll be mouth watering. So what happens when we can no longer trust each other? Now, I know you're saying to yourself, what are you talking about, Uncle Charlotte? Do you see the world we live in? Folks don't trust each other now. That is not accurate. I know there's a lot of BS in this country and bad things happen all the time. Okay, there are people who actually absolutely violate this circle of trust that we have in this country every day. But for the most part, the batting average of trust is pretty good. Okay, this thing could really go off the rails, and I know it often feels like it is, but for the most part, we stay on track. But for how long? Okay, when you have a dentist like Dr. Harleen Gruwell, not only exhibiting this kind of behavior, but proudly letting you know this is what she does, even in a joking manner, then I have to say we are reaching a real tipping point because this is what I don't understand, Dr. Harleen Gruwell. You love being MAGA more than you love being a dentist? Like, you spent all this time, countless hours in school, studying, having your own practice. You put all this work in just to lose it because you want to discriminate against people based on what political party they're in. Now, I'm not the highest grade of weed in the dispensary, but as far as I know, you can get your license taken away for being prejudiced. You can get your license suspended or revoked because, saying that you cut back on the laughing gas if someone isn't MAGA is absolutely professional misconduct. And I know that they did an investigation and, everything turned out fine for you, but why would you even risk your whole livelihood over a red hat? Okay, even if you don't lose your license, you're losing customers, okay? Because people just simply don't trust you, okay? Does MAGA have a support group for you when you lose your job? Is there a pantry you can go to feed yourself when you lose your career over a temporary moment in politics? You want to be a MAGA influencer that bad? Please give Dr. Harleen Gruel the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yeehaw.
And I get it. She said that, somebody is just out there trying to cancel her because the video is 2 years old, but
ain't nothing funny about that.
Those were your words.
That's right.
It's those your words.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today. Now,
Yes,
if you're up and about and you're on your streaming service, you can check us out on Twitch. Breakfast Club AM on Twitch. We'll be chatting it up with you guys if you want to hop on right now. And everybody else, Michael Blackson will be joining us when we come back. Comedian Michael Blackson. So don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Loren LoRosa is here as well. We got a special guest in the building.
Donald Trump's favorite African.
Oh, my goodness. Michael Blackson, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome.
What's up, Mike?
How you feeling, man?
Good morning, brother.
How you figure I'm Donald Trump's favorite African?
Got to be. You don't think so?
Well, you know what?
Elon Musk. You know what? You're right.
Wow.
Elon Musk didn't Michael Blackson.
No, I'm all about whoever's in office, you got to work with them one way or another. And I see you guys, I see DL killing Trump every day. I'm like, listen, that's not going to help us. You want to help us? Tell this what we need. Don't go bashing him and all that stuff. I'm all about whoever's in office, try to get whatever we get out of him. Instead of just killing them every day and making fun, going hard on them. It's not going to help.
I know DL done reached out to you a few times.
Yeah, he did.
I know.
And that goes back to even Africa. Like, in Africa, the leaders are the ones in charge. They are the rich ones. They're the one that you have to, work with if you want to get anything done, They just had my confidence, man. So I just kept that same energy anywhere I go. Whoever's in office, you got to find a way to work with them. You can't just go roasting, bashing him every day. You're not going to get out of him that way.
You get a lot of flack for that?
For what?
For your opinion on Donald Trump and how you feel?
I don't talk much about it online because my fan base are majority young black people. And most of my fan base is. So I try to keep that, keep some stuff to myself.
Well, how are things at home? You just had another baby.
Well, I haven't had one in 18 years, so all of a sudden, a new one comes out.
18 years? Your twins are 18?
Twins turned 18
Jesus
and going to college. Yeah, man. Your mother was hit. His baby mother was 6 years old when he came here.
Wow. So you just got off child support, and now you
got support, man. Just finally finish my last payment, and a whole new comes out. But here's the thing with child support, having kids. When you're 25, 26 years old, you was struggling. I think now money is not an issue. So when money's not an issue, nothing bothers you. I think the most important thing is money.
Yeah.
And I don't have money problems anymore.
What made you want to start over?
I didn't want to start over. I just got lazy with my pull-out game.
Damn.
I didn't want. You know what? So the baby was, the twins. It was really bad experience as co-parenting with the mom. We had a really big. We couldn't get along. We were caught fighting. We were fighting from the day they were born all the way to 18 years old.
Damn.
It was really bad. You know what I mean? And Rada didn't believe how bad it was till the last 6 years. I had to take over the family wizard. So when you are in family court and you can't get along with your significant other, there's an app called Family Wizard where you communicate on the app. There's a family app where you communicate where you don't have to talk to the lady, but the court watches it. So
it's like WhatsApp for like baby mamas and baby daddies type.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, court is over now, so I could say it now. But I had I said, you know what, Ryder? You don't believe you think I'm the problem? I'm gonna have you act like you're me, and you communicate with this lady. And she found out what a what's the word I'm looking for?
Meticulous?
No.
Manipulative.
Yeah, I went to Philadelphia Public School. You have to excuse me. And she found out, she's like, damn, this woman is really nuts. So I had to communicate with her for the last 5 years. I'm like, you know what, I'm paying you to talk to this lady. I don't want to talk to her. And then she realized that I wasn't a problem. You know, I just had to really create, you know, I don't want to talk much about the baby mom. Because after all, she did a great job raising my boys, you know, A students in college, and I'm very proud of them. And that's one good thing she did, but she did ruin the bond that I had with my boys. I mean, at least the last 5-6 years.
Really? Because y'all were always together.
Oh, we're always together. But I mean, got to a point when she got remarried. Got married, not remarried, because I never married her. Thank God. When she got married, and when the relationship was over, she went back to getting on my nerves again. That's why, please, it's always best to, like, let the woman find some because calms women down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like me and Ryder will argue, and I'll give her some and then she back to loving and being normal again.
And Ryder is still your fiance. Are you going to marry her? She gave you a baby.
What? You got engaged up here.
Yeah, I did. I did
That
get
was a
engaged.
decade ago, right? How long ago was that?
That was a long.
How long ago was that?
Well, she said the engagement is expired. Now she need to do the ring. Okay.
Damn.
Right.
But I mean, every time you look at somebody getting divorced every day, I'm like, you know, I don't want to be part of this divorce.
So you just going to keep proposing?
Yeah, we just keep proposing.
Oh.
So looking for a new proposal coming
So
up
y'all
soon.
are in a
That wasn't
relationship
that long ago,
still.
2021.
Yeah, we still together.
Because you know the back and forth that y'all had online, it kind of confused people. Because you had to come out too when she posted it, like she's alone, she walks alone or talks alone sometimes, and then you reacted, then you retracted what you reacted with, and you talked about FaceTiming her from the road, and that was a
well, that was about something else that I'm not ready to talk about yet.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna say she's using postpartum as an excuse. You know, because the way she made it seem, and me, I try not to read too much comments. You know, I just knew when it came out, I had people hit me like, yo, why is she acting like you're not there for her?
By herself.
Yeah, like, you know, so without me reading comments or even reading her text message, I went into defense mode and, like, you know, hey, like, don't talk about the hands that feed you, whatever. And that's probably, I went a little hard, you know, but I was bored the last couple of years, and I did the TV show at Top Bird Studios, which is a 4-episode pilot, and we've been waiting for, like, when we're gonna do this again, because this show is probably the most amazing thing that I've done. And I'm like, okay, he said we want to do it again, we just waiting. I said, well, I'm waiting, I'm taking on something else. I took on Love and Hip Hop Miami, and it's actually coming out in November.
Nice.
And I'm like,
I know you don't Love Hip Hop Miami.
the new season,
Michael.
thank you. I completely took over the show. Like, it's pretty much called the Michael Blackson show.
Nice.
So I took on to that. So I said, you know what? Now you're going to become a reality star, a real reality star. And to make it in reality, people like to know what you're going through. So, and my reply was more to, like, you know what, let me make her a little bit more famous. Let me go online, just talk and let her reply back. Let's go back and forth, and that way you can make, I said, you can make a whole lot of money being reality. So after the fact, I told her, I said, listen, this didn't come from a bad place. I'm more trying to, like, help you become reality famous. That's why I was hoping we went back and forth. You know, I didn't tell her, let's go back and forth on purpose. I was hoping we went back and forth, but, you know, my team, like, postpartum is a very serious thing.
Yeah,
so don't play with it, don't talk about it. You know? So I kind of like
I mean, you can talk about it. You just have to, you got to be there for her. But do you think with her, if she is, going through postpartum depression, is she okay with filming? You think she's gonna be cool on the show?
I mean, the show is a lot. There's a lot more gonna come on.
Did y'all shoot? Y'all shot the show already?
Yeah,
right?
we started already. We started, but it goes. We didn't finish. It goes on through January, and then they decide, on the next season. But it's a lot more coming on this show that probably had something to do with the postpartum thing. But I can't talk about it. I'm gonna ruin the show.
What did you mean when you said if you think making a baby with me will turn me into Russell Wilson, you better try again, mother sucker?
Well, come on, Russell Wilson is every woman's dream, and maybe instead she ended with a Stephon Diggs instead. Okay.
Jesus,
he got a
damn,
baby
Michael?
on the way that Cardi hopes he'll be there for. Michael, was that?
Jesus,
she picked the wrong football player.
What the got to do with this?
God.
Well, I mean, she knew from the door who Michael Blackson was.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You didn't. Yeah,
So who is Michael Blackson when it comes to the ladies?
Well, I mean, when I became honest with myself, which was after I broke up with the girl before Ryder, and I realized that I just can't be with one person, and I've been honest from the door. You know, and
is it the African in you? Like you need
I
to
don't
have
know
more
what
than
it
one
is.
wife?
Huh?
You need to have more than one wife?
I mean, one wife might be. I mean, I'm not. You know, I mean, to have more than one wife is either a religious thing or some type of chief. There's a lot to have that. I mean, I love to have more than one wife, but it sounds like a lot of problem. You know, I'm okay.
Because you don't want to marry nobody. You just want to have them there.
I don't mind having a one great woman that I know has my back, and that she's the one. She's the one that has my back and does everything for me and do things right. But once in a while, you know, I like to do what I do.
Is she okay with that?
Yeah.
You got work in Ghana?
What do you mean?
Ladies.
I had somebody in Ghana.
Somebody.
Yeah.
So just one person. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I had somebody in Ghana, but you know, she's a little little potential scammer. I'm not sure.
Jesus,
she's suspect. I'm not, you know.
That's not Ghana's reputation.
She got your credit number?
No.
VP?
Damn.
She's just full of man. I don't want to get into details.
But let me ask you, I don't want you to take this the wrong way. With everything going on with Diddy, you didn't say, you know what? I don't want to have these multiple relationships outside of my relationship. No, I'm just saying because Diddy got caught up on some. That's what I'm saying. It's like because you with all these women, and now all it takes is one woman to be like,
you put 2-3 a whole lot. That's a whole lot.
2-3 a month is a lot.
No, it's the same people.
He rotate the same women.
It's the same people. You don't want him to be like,
no, I keep my circle closed. I try to keep my circle closed and intimate. That way, and I treat every woman with respect. I think that's the most important thing. You treat them with respect and always have receipts. You always have receipts. And I have a nephew that plays in the NFL, and I got a lot of young guys that plays in the NBA. And I tell them, I said, listen, you guys have to be careful. You need receipt for everything you do. If a girl comes and visit you, you know, you walk that girl to the elevator, you give her a hug, the camera's always watching, and when she get home, text her, hey, make sure you got home safe. Always keep a receipt. You know, never leave room for anybody to accuse you of anything. You know, how your rapist going to hug you at the elevator. You know what I'm saying? So, besides that, I treat every person that I'm with, I treat them well and respectful, and you know.
That's crazy.
That's the key, man. You gotta treat women right.
Yeah.
Be honest, and treat them right.
But see, that was the thing that Ryder had a problem with, because she's like, yo, why are you so nice to the girls that I know you got your 2 and 3, but she's like, yes, that's where it feels like a relationship, because you're keeping in contact with these girls after you see them. You only see them a few times out the year, but like you take care of them. Like you taking them to breakfast. That's what she was venting to me about. She like, these bitches don't need to eat. Damn. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that was one issue we had with her most hated side chick of mine.
Oh,
it was in Vegas, and I was playing at this particular casino, and they offered me like dinner at like STK or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I took her to go eat.
That's a nice ass restaurant, show.
And then, you know, the manager of the club happened to be a good friend of Ryder. And then this like, you know, doing some guy coach texting Ryder, hey, Mike is here with another. That's
his girl though. You looking out for her?
But what I did, you know,
and that's your girl too.
Even when I'm in public, I don't like being public with another woman alone, because I would hate somebody to take pictures and get along. So I always make sure I invite 2 or 3, whether it's homies or girls. I make sure it's more than just me and this person. So one of my homies, I invited one of my homies to come and have dinner. I say, I'm gay, come on, dinner on me. STK, Rich, come on, right? So it's even me, him, and her, you know. But then he like this little Middle East texting her, is here with another woman. So we sitting there, them up trying to sneak video to send to her, and then the girl caught onto it and like cursing him out in the restaurant. You know,
that was a bigger scene.
It became a much bigger scene.
STK is a big deal though, man. They got the bag of donuts and the truffle fries and the freaking wagyu.
Come on, steakhouse.
Man, you can't be going snitch. You don't go snitch. We snitch on another man.
Would I?
Yeah.
She said, I don't know. It depends. Like you said that was his homegirl though.
Yeah, but still, you know what I mean? Like I won't put that kind of stress on my homegirl.
Was he gay?
No, he wasn't gay. You're gay, right? Because that's what.
Yes. I do got a question. Now you said you were in Love and Hip Hop Miami. Who else is on the cast? Because you're the cast member.
Same thing. You know, Trick Daddy, of course, is still there. You got Trina's there. Amara is still there.
So you're the only.
I'm the new one. Me, of course, rider.
Now I'm gonna watch. Yeah.
Did you really miss the birth of your son because you went to go get coffee?
Yeah, so
Jesus.
yeah, I did.
He tried to deny.
So mind you, I wanted this kid to be born on Monday because where I'm from.
This kid to be born on Monday.
I'm Kojo. Kojo is you born on Monday, you're Kojo. So the goal was to be born on Monday. So we did Monday all day waiting for this little to come out. This little African Chinese to come out, right? And I'm like, it's freezing in the hospital. I hate the cold. You know, I'm African, warm blooded. It's overnight now. When the money's over, not Tuesday. Now they want a whole new name now. You know, because Tuesday you are like Kwabena. That's the name for the boy if you're Tuesday. For the Kwabena, is no disrespect to any Ghanaians out there with Kwabena name. You know, in fact, one of my homies who's a ex-president's son-in-law, his name is Kwabena. He actually live in Jersey, from Jersey. And shout out to you, but I'm not naming my son Kwabena. It just sounds too, you know,
Tuesday.
To what?
Sounds too Tuesday.
It's too girly. Kwabena sounds girly, right?
Oh.
So now we don't miss fucking Monday. We miss Kojo. And now this Kwabena, I'm like, when is Kwabena coming out? You know what I mean? So I'm waiting. It's freezing in there. I'm like, I'm going to grab me something to, I'm get out here, go grab something to eat, to drink, whatever. I'll be back. And I left out the hospital, drove like 20 minutes to go find something to eat.
You drove? You didn't even walk?
Oh, no, hell no. I drove. Got in the car, drove, went and got something to eat. And then she texted me like, hey, the baby might be coming soon. I said, okay, no problem. Let me put this hospital name in the GPS. And I put it in GPS, pull up, and it's the wrong hospital. I get to find out there's 6 of this fucking name. Hospital has 6 different, there's 6 locations with the same name. So now I'm even further away. As soon as I walk in the hospital, he's out, he's crying with a little birthmark on his stomach.
What really happened, Michael? What was her name?
Dang, seriously, I was in a whole different, I was in Arizona, that's where she lives.
And?
It wasn't home for me, I ain't got no bitches in Arizona.
You really was mad, upset, like you don't like the cold hospital, so you
I
was like,
stepped out to get some heat and just go. It was so cold when I got in the car, I didn't even turn the air on. It was 100 degrees in Arizona.
Yeah.
And I kept the air off. I just wanted some heat back in my body. And I came back and I went to the wrong hospital.
Was you at shows there that weekend or something?
No, I just went there for the baby's birth. She lives there.
She lives. Okay.
Yeah, we have a place in Arizona. That's where she stays. That's what she says.
Nice.
Yeah, we don't live together.
Got you.
What do you mean?
I need time out. I need
Why
my
y'all don't live
space.
together?
We don't live together, man. This is 2025, man.
What gonna be alright when she see this interview? The way you
Yeah,
talking.
she's seen worse interviews than this.
Yeah.
So you live in Florida? She live in?
No, I live in Los Angeles.
So y'all don't live with each other at all?
Never live together. She comes over,
But why
I
not?
go over there.
Because you asked for her hand in marriage.
Yeah, I mean we gotta live together.
But he asked for her hand in marriage because she wanted to get married. He didn't want to ever get married.
How you know that, nigga?
You told me on the show. This is what it is. We have therapy on the show.
We live in different. You know, I prefer living.
So how often do you visit?
We see each other quite often. At least every other week.
California, Arizona,
Arizona, Miami. I have a house back in East in Delaware, so we all and Ghana, so we're all over the place.
You got a house in Delaware?
Yeah, I was raised in Philly. I built my house in Delaware like 2007.
When we be in the mall, I'm not gonna say, but when I used to work in the mall,
she's from Delaware.
Yeah, people used to always be like, Michael Blackson was just in here. And we'd be like, no, he wasn't. They'd be like, yes, he was. He here all the time. So we knew, we just never see you, but we know you there.
You got women in Delaware?
No.
You never had no work in Delaware?
I did at one point, but nothing serious. My work is mostly like LA.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You screwed your face up. Delaware got some baddies.
But I mean, I didn't. I never seen that part of the time. Hang out at the Delaware clubs.
Jesus. Chill out. I didn't see.
I didn't hang out at the Delaware. I mean, at the mall, you probably could see some here and there, but I didn't have nobody. Why are you looking at my chest?
You always got it out. I'm just hoping it's always out there. I don't know.
I see you in Delaware. I'm sorry.
I don't even be there.
Michael Blackson, ladies and gentlemen. You can catch him at New York Comedy Festival, and we always appreciate you joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Michael Blackson. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to the latest with Loren.
Loren becoming a straight fast.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on you.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On The Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
So we just got a news update. I just spoke to Detroit rapper Big Dank. Y'all remember?
Big Dank?
Yes.
What up, Doe?
Yes.
Peace, Big Dank. What up, Dank?
So there was a story that broke that she had settled her lawsuit with Lyft, and I've confirmed that is true. She has settled the lawsuit with Lyft. You guys will remember she filed that lawsuit because she says that she alleged she was denied a ride because of her size.
Yeah.
Right. So she has settled. She couldn't say too much to me, but I did confirm that it was a monetary settlement. She says that she is happy. She's in a good place with everything. The conversations that they had brought her to a good place. And I asked her, so would you ride Lyft again? Will you request a Lyft car again? She said she would.
I saw her getting into a Sprinter the other night.
Well, that's a good size
on her
vehicle.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. She said she said all is good. All is well.
Oh, I don't know. I
I
just
didn't know you could do that.
I'm glad Big Dank got her check, got her coins.
I actually am excited about that. That's
Did
really
they pay like she weighed though?
Whoa.
Wow.
If they paid like she weighed and she came
That's
up.
why she dropped the goddamn diss record, because the little stuff like that.
No, that's my girl. And I saw her say that she getting her stomach cut off.
No, don't do that.
When she was here, remember she said that she wanted to go through the surgery and different things, but she had to get to a certain weight to do it. So
That's right.
she's still on that journey. That is going to be something that she does. But she was working with, remember the woman that was up here with her?
Her doctor.
Yeah, the wellness doctor, because she had to get to a certain weight in order to do that. So she is getting ready to and preparing to do that as well. She also told me she has a new song out with Scarlett called Big Girls that she says is going crazy right now. She wants y'all to go listen to it as well. But
Scarlett ain't big. What? It says big girls. Sorry.
It don't sound like they ain't gonna be big no more either. She ain't gonna be big dang no more. She get her stomach cut off and keep coming down.
Well, remember when she was here, she said she don't want to be like super skinny. She just wants to be healthier and kind of like lose a bit of the weight. But
okay, good.
Yeah, so.
But she has to get to the weight where she can actually
do all that.
I'm rooting for you, Big Dank.
Me
Get
too.
your stomach cut off. Do your Ojempic, the Mount Majaro, whatever you got to do. I'm with you.
What is Ojempic?
The Mount what?
What's it called? Mount Majaro? What's it called?
Don't ask
Not
me.
Mount Manjaro. It's just called Manjaro.
You got the whole
Ozempic, and then they have a new one I seen a commercial for the other day too.
The G1.
No.
Oh,
it's apparently it's also an injection, but it's better side effects. I
do what you
got
to do, Big Dank.
Yeah. Shout out to her. Glad that's over.
Yep.
Now, in other news, Kai Cenat, he has finally, a big congratulations to him. He has hit 1 million subscribers.
Yes. Speaking of the biggest.
Yes.
Okay.
He has broke Twitch's, it was actually his own subscriber record, but he has broke the subscriber record. He is now at 1 million subscribers. So this means LeBron James at some point will come on the stream and cut his dreads, because Kai said in the beginning of Mafia Don 3 that LeBron has to come on and cut his dreads if he reaches the 1
LeBron has
million.
to cut them.
Yes.
Oh, dope. Okay.
So let me ask you a question. He has 1 million subscribers.
Are all of those paid?
They pay 99 cents a month.
I thought it was $5.
$5 a month, so he $5 million.
But I don't think all of them are paid though. But I wonder how many of them are paid. Or maybe he does have all paid subscribers. I'm not sure.
I can't answer that question.
Where Eli is?
Eli is in there going crazy. He's saying y'all don't know what y'all talking about.
Eli, come here.
Come out here,
Hurry up, Eli.
Well, while Eli gets here, I do have some audio because, first of all, when they hit the 1 million, they're playing a Millie. Kai's mom is there. His sister is there. Everybody's going crazy. Phantom is there. All the guys are there. And then they put on the motivational speech music for Kai to give his motivational speech. Let's take a listen.
This year was about helping people, helping the ones around me, just locking in. A lot of hate after hate after hate. I could have quit at any time. I could have stopped. I could have took a break. But something told me to keep going. If I didn't have Jesus in my life, none of this would be possible.
Let's go, Kai.
Amen. Jesus Christ is,
Let's go, Kai.
the biggest.
Yes.
Without him, there's nobody big, there's nobody else. LeBron, Raymond, James to come to the house and cut off my locks, bro. So I say all that to say this. Do not care what anybody think. Remain being you. Remain being humble and move forward, bro. That's it.
Dropping the clues bombs for Kai.
OVO Eli on the stream.
So people on the chat saying it's $6.99, $7.99. What is it, Kai?
OVO.
Eli.
The way it works is there's certain brackets for gifted subs. So you could gift like 5 subs, 50 plus subs, 200 subs. Shout out to Snoop Dogg. He was gifting that for the 100, for the 1 million. So Kai just made history. He's the first Twitch streamer to reach 100.
How many people are paying with the subscribers? So if he has 1 million subscribers plus, how many people actually pay monthly?
Well, the way gifted subs works is, let's say I do 5 plus gifted. That means that the gifted subs they're just spread randomly for people to subscribe. So it was like $30, I think, for 5 gifted, and for 200 it's like
So the million subscribers, people don't pay like a monthly fee. Don't they pay a monthly fee?
Yeah,
Some of them do.
You could do like through Amazon Prime. You could do that, or you can pay like I think it's like $8 or $15 per month. But gifted subs is different. But they both go into the bracket of subs.
Yeah,
they confused us.
Yeah, right,
and people are saying on the stream that why you ain't let people know that we were actually live on the stream. Why you send them a notification?
It does if they're subscribed,
Somebody
if they're
said-
subbed, or if they follow us on Twitch.
Somebody said he don't know what he's talking about either. Eli don't know nothing about nothing.
I'm just nervous because
this guy don't even know what he's talking about.
I'm just nervous because I'm
Somebody said, man, ask the chat, man.
Chat, let us know, chat.
W's in chat. Shout out
Somebody
to
said I didn't get no notifications. Eli lying.
Somebody said Eli lying.
Eli lying.
Somebody
He
said Eli
capping.
don't know either. Somebody said Eli made that sound so complicated.
That's what it sure did.
He just said, well,
Somebody said cat.
All right, fine.
Somebody said Eli just thinking about Drake. Damn.
They know Eli well. All right.
Well, we got to wrap now.
Somebody said fire him now.
Damn.
Somebody says all paid subs.
I know it's not because I'm
Gifted subs and if you sub are different.
I'm subscribed to Kai and I didn't pay for nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Or you could buy gifted subs. It's not if you buy gifted subs, that's not you subscribing. That's you giving away
I know
5
Snoop Dogg
subs.
was on there spending money because he kept saying it, and he was shouting out Ray J too for all of his help and his push with pushing.
And it's
through.
like a whole hype train going down, which is basically a whole bunch of people in the chat who are watching live. They buy this gifted subs, which adds to the pot of.
It said the subs make you watch the stream without ads. Somebody else in the chat said if you get a gifted
How old do we
sub,
sound?
if you get a gifted sub, then it's free for a month, and you can pay the next month if you want to continue.
We got a long way to $1 million, but we here.
Kai making his money. That's
Yeah,
all
shout out
that
to
matters.
Kai.
Sound like my mama the first time she did FaceTime. Baby, how do you do this FaceTime thing? I keep looking at my hand. Like, yeah, that's what we sound like. All right. Well, that is the latest with Loren.
What? That's why you don't got no screamers now. What do you call them? What do you call them?
First of all, I be watching Eli's stream.
Be 2 people
yeah,
on
be
it.
2 people, so it'd be you and Eli. Don't nobody be on Eli's screen, man. He be shaking
Eli,
ass.
what's your
When I
what's
tell
your
you
screen?
Eli
Your
be
stream
shaking
name?
ass,
What you mean? He be twerking?
going crazy like it's a million people watching.
I don't be shaking no ass. Pause.
Man.
Yeah, all right.
What should say it?
My Twitch is at OVO Elive.
Yeah.
What dance you be doing?
Oh, the what is it? What did I miss?
Yeah,
let me see the Drake dance.
Eli up there dancing like Drake.
All right. People's Choice Mix is up next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Light skin.
You're checking out the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Salute to all the HBCUs. Homecoming season is around the corner. My first stop is this week, and you know I do a HBCU tour. I like to touch some of the HBCU schools. So I'm gonna be in Dayton, Ohio for the All Black Affair this weekend, and then I think we touch GHO, we touch Hampton. I think we're in South Carolina. I think we're in Howard. I mean, we're touching all the colleges. It's probably my favorite time to DJ because it's just homecoming. It's just everybody alumni. We just having a good time. So
That's right.
hopefully I get to see you at homecoming to some of your schools this year. We supposed to go to Delaware State, me and Loren. I don't know whatever happened to that, but
Well, they might have closed the school.
Oh,
but South Carolina State got their homecoming this weekend too, and I've been meaning to salute South Carolina State, man, because you know every year. Well, you know I have well, maybe you don't know. I'm talking to y'all like y'all know, but I have a Ford Family Foundation endowed scholarship at South Carolina State University. So every year we give out scholarships to people that's either majoring in communications, something in the mental health space, or something in communications. And we just gave out 2 of our scholarships recently to Makaya Leak. She is a senior speech pathology and audiology major. Yes. Senior speech pathology and audiology major. Say it again, Jess. Audiology major from Spartanburg, South Carolina. And Tyrone Pond, he's a senior professional English major from Abbeville, South Carolina. So, you know, they just received scholarships, man, for their academic achievements and leaderships and commitment to their community. So salute both of those individuals. And, you know, I just love doing stuff like that. I told y'all the other day when I saw Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, her name is escaping me right now. When I saw her give $70 million to HBCUs, I'm like, yo, that right there is
dope. That
is incredible. So, you know, that's that when you have a little bit, I think you should give a little bit.
Yeah.
I can't wait till I get to that level and be able to donate $70 million to a HBCU.
Yeah, but until we get to that level, we do what we can. And that's why we have the Ford Family Foundation Scholarship at South Carolina State University. So salute to Makaya and Tyrone.
Dope. Now salute to Michael Blackson for joining us this morning.
Absolutely.
Also the cast of Ruth and Boaz, DeVon Franklin, Serayah, and Tyler Lepley.
Yes, it's the number one show on Netflix right now.
That's right. You can
Number
check it
one
out
movie.
now.
Number one movie on
That's
Netflix right now.
And it's
Yeah.
actually good. So I watched it over the weekend. It's dope.
Dope. You got something to do this weekend?
No, but October 11th and 12th, your girl Jess Hilarious will be coming to upstate New York, Albany, and Syracuse. I will be there at the Funny Bones on Friday. We got 2 shows in Syracuse, and then on Saturday, hopping right over to Albany, New York, and I got 2 shows at the Funny Bone Comedy Club Saturday. So get your tickets if you haven't yet. I will be doing meet and greet upstate. I can't wait to see y'all.
All right. Now, Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
I do, man. The positive note comes from one of my favorite pages on Instagram, The Healing Guide, man. The Healing Guide said, and they posted this 9 hours ago, allow people to have their moods and allow their moods to have nothing to do with you, okay? Not every shift in someone's mood is about you, even if it feels that way. People carry their own struggles, their own stresses, and emotions that spill over at times. When you stop taking everything personally, you give others space to feel what they need to feel while protecting your own peace. Have a great day.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?